Hey folks, we're going to talk today about anxiety, and I want you to come away with an understanding of what it is and also some of the things you can do about it. So anxiety, the primary driver is in the heart, and it's heart center blockages. And it could be from really bad things that happened in past lives that caused a trauma that was so intense that it couldn't be released right away and created a real knot, a real feeling of something really bad happened, I gotta watch out. And that continues to stay with us, sitting tight in the heart. It could also be from childhood experiences. Often these childhood experiences actually have roots in past lives. It's basically a past life repeating an experience that was so bad that it comes back early in the life to really to haunt us and perpetuate that extreme negativity. So we have that that tension that's sitting there that's blocking the love in the heart chakra, because if that could get out, then there wouldn't be any anxiety. That's a much more powerful emotion. But we have that blockage sitting there. And then on top of it, a lot of the times, we have additional blockages lower down in the Manipura chakra and the solar plexus that add a sense of loss of power, loss of control of the situation, and generally destabilize our aura and our sense of control and well-being. And those two things combined interact with each other and create this tension that we don't know how to deal with and can be quite overwhelming. So what are some of the things that we can do to address anxiety? So when you feel anxious, the first thing is to be aware that you are anxious. Often it will come into our thoughts and sort of take over our thinking, and then we'll be wrapped up in the anxious thinking, how to get out of the situation, this is bad, what do I do? But the first thing is to identify the driver as anxiety, as that core anxiety that keeps on resurfacing, even resurfacing throughout the day. And once you've found that, go down to the feeling, stay with the feeling, get used to it, try to become friends with it. Tell it, I know you're there, I'm okay with you, and just be okay with feeling the anxiety. Be proud of yourself that you are able to notice the anxiety, be aware of it, and feel it and recognize it. That's a huge step, a huge milestone. And then there are always short-term things you can do that are more of a distraction to kind of make it temporarily go down. You could listen to music, can take a walk. Even eating sometimes helps if it's really extreme anxiety. But again, these are sort of short-term fixes. What we really want to do is go in and release those knots and release them in a way so that they don't come back. And because the frustrating thing is that day after day it's the same anxiety, those same feelings coming back and coming back and coming back, and why that is because they haven't actually properly been released. So it's really important to be able to let that go. So go into the feeling, go into the chest, go into the heart, see where it is, visualize where it is, feel where it is, feel the outline of that sensation. Are there borders? Is it very diffuse? Where does it start? Where does it end? Feel it, and let it release. And if you have trouble with that, then it's time for a more intense process. And a lot of the work I do is to help people move through these feelings and these knots that are really hard to get rid of, and give people the tools and the ability to get more of a grip on them, bring them to the surface, and have enough oomph to actually get them to release permanently. So I encourage you to follow, join in the meditation, send me a message. I've been a lifelong sufferer of anxiety, and it's really only through this work and getting to the root, getting to the core of where these impressions, energetic impressions, are actually stored, and removing them, that has been able to provide relief, and not just relief for a day or 2 days, but really root out the problem, and take it out. And I've said this before, I'll say it again, but like depression, anxiety is not just one one bad thing that happens, one energetic pattern, and it's not just two. It's many, and they come in different flavors, and we have to start removing the small blocks to allow us to get to the big blocks. And when we get rid of one of those big blocks, you'll feel a really significant difference, and then you got to keep going until you get out more and more and more of it. All right, thank you.